I call this meeting of the Alvin Independent School District to order. Let the record show that the quorum of board members is present, and that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. If you would please stand for the invocation and pledge allegiance by Trustee Scheibel.
Please pray with me. Heavenly Father, we come to you with gratitude and humbly ask for your continued blessings. We thank you for the opportunity to serve our students, staff, and community. Please grace us with guidance, insight, and humility as we strive to make wise decisions for the benefit of all in our district. We ask these things in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, next we have the superintendent's report.
Okay, Board, we have lots of things going on in the district. Spring has sprung, and Shadow Creek High School celebrated their diversity with their annual cultural extravaganza on Monday, March the 29th. The event was created to celebrate the various cultures within our Shadow Creek High School community. Culture Extravaganza is a yearly show that demonstrates dances, songs, and acts from countries such as India, Mexico, Greece, America, China, and more. The show brings the community together to better respect and understand and appreciate one another. Duke Elementary Student Council, under the helm of Miss Jody Hall, collected almost 9,500 diapers for moms in need. Duke Elementary Student Council and their sponsor, Ms. Hall, collected these diapers for a diaper drive that was sponsored by the church on Masters Road. When asked why they wanted to participate in this event, Student Council member Brightlin Ruiz said, "I wanted to help moms that can't afford it. Helping people in need is very important, and I'm proud to be able to be part of the diaper drive." So congratulations to Ms. Hall and the Student Council in the service of our Duke Elementary community. That's awesome. Alvin High School clinical students assist with COVID vaccines. So we had the Alvin High School clinical class was invited by Brazoria County Health Department and Brazoria County Homeland Preparedness Project to assist in the vaccination sites. These students gained valuable experience by doing post-vaccination monitoring. For the past 2 months, they have been working at both Stanton's parking lot vaccine pod and the Brazoria County Health Department clinic in Alvin, in an effort to free up other healthcare workers who are administering the vaccine. Quote, "We are honored that Brazoria County asked for us by name and to have the opportunity to work with the ACC nursing students," shared Marguerite Bagwell. She is the Alvin High School health science instructor, clinical supervisor, and HOSA advisor. So thank you to Ms. Bagwell and her students for their community service. Alvin High School student gets once-in-a-lifetime opportunity at Moody Gardens. Alvin High School senior Hannah Webster got a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity through Moody Gardens. Hannah was featured on Fox 26 Making the Grade and mentioned that she wanted to be a biologist. Moody Gardens saw the segment and offered Hannah and her parents a chance to come and play and learn about penguins with the Moody Gardens biologist, and that was last Friday. That's cool. Last week, Alvin ISD celebrated National Assistant Principals Week. A school cannot run without the tireless work of our assistant principals, and Alvin ISD, of course, has some of the best. Congratulations and thank you to all of our assistant principals. Alvin High School baseball coach reached his 300th win. Congratulations to Coach George Banda on his 300th win. This win came as Alvin High School Yellow Jacket baseball beat Pearland last week, 2-1, on April the 6th to bring their record to 9-0 in district. So congratulations to the Jacket baseball and Coach Banda. Then Alvin ISD is pleased to announce the 6 finalists for Elementary and Secondary Teachers of the Year for the 2020-21 school year. Elementary, we have Laura Chaffin, Jeannie Shalithis, Patricia Delgado, Shelley Adams, Rebecca Garza, and Rogelio Maxwell. In the secondary, we have Kristen Vollman, Elizabeth Hardig, Jennifer Hammond, Shelby Davis, Kelly Gartman, and Jessica Jackson. These teachers will partake in the interview process before the committee chooses the Alvin ISD Elementary and Secondary Teacher of the Year. This announcement will take place during our virtual Alvin ISD Employee Recognition Ceremony on May the 13th at 6 p.m. via Facebook and YouTube. So join in and watch. Great candidates. Thank you so much to all of our hardworking teachers and their most deserving. And then all aboard the SS Alvin ISD at the Alvin ISD Virtual Employee Recognition. Again, it's May the 13th, 2021. Join us at 6 p.m. via Facebook or YouTube to honor the people who have helped navigate our students through the choppy waters or the uncharted waters of 2020 and 2021.
They were choppy, uncharted waters.
Yes, they were. It's smooth sailing now, right? No. Careful planning. Graduation information for the class of 2021. Alvin High School will be Wednesday, May the 26th at 7:30 p.m. And all of these will be held at the Alvin ISD Heritage Complex at Freedom Field. Then on Thursday, well, Rise Academy will not be there. Rise Academy is going to have theirs at the Alvin High School Performing Arts Center, Marguerite Edwards, at 3 p.m. on Thursday. But then Thursday evening, Shadow Creek High School will be at Freedom Field at 7:30. And then that's Thursday evening. Friday evening will be Manville High School at 7:30 p.m. Each ceremony will be streamed live at www.alvinisd.net. And we'll pray that it doesn't rain. If it rains, then we'll just move it to the next day. That's what we have Saturday and Sunday for in the following week. So we had beautiful weather last year up until the end, and we got through it, right? So.
That's right.
And then, of course, transportation. What a sweet, hardworking group led by Mr. Jeff Dungan and Mr. Greg Bingham. But they thanked the board for all of their support this last week, and I think we have Mr. Dungan here to say a couple of words.
Yeah, this idea came out of from the drivers and the monitors from an advisory meeting that they have every month with Mr. Bingham, and they really wanted. We're in uncertain times and everything that's gone on with this school year, and the board and others in the school district have done a lot to keep us going. There's certain things that our department faces that possibly some others don't, and a lot of uncertainty. And it was their idea, and they wanted to thank you guys, so they got a little plaque made for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. We appreciate all that y'all do.
Thank you. I told them when I spoke with them this past week was that they were like our frontline workers when we started going back to in-person learning. They're the first ones that see our kids in the morning and the last ones to get off the bus. So they start their day and end their day. So we thank all of our transportation department and employees. Thank you.
So, and real quick, you can tell them that, like, literally 2-3 days ago, I was having a conversation with a new friend that I have about our district, and transportation was one of the things I mentioned and how great our bus drivers were. So,
Thank you.
Okay, good evening, board and Superintendent Nelson. We have some commendations today we are very excited about, and so some of them are going to be joining us via our Zoom or Google Hangout, whatever it is that they're on. But they're going to be joining us here, so you'll be seeing their picture up here in just a second. But we're going to start with the student commendations, and I wanted to tell you we have some drill teams at each of the 3 comprehensive high schools. We have all 3 of their drill teams this year did very well, and so we wanted to honor them tonight. And so joining us here are some of their officers and their directors and social officers. So they're here joining us, and they did receive their medals today, but they are getting commendations for all their outstanding work and effort they put forth this year. So we're going to start with the Shadow Creek Sapphires. They're directed by Miss Dominique Baxter and Assistant Director Peyton Peterson. And the social officers received their first place team trio. The officers received sweepstakes and first place in lyrical, temporary, and medium officer line. And the team won sweepstakes and first place team jazz, team lyrical, and first place medium team. Congratulations to the Sapphires on an outstanding contest season. Great job, girls, ladies. And the officers for Shadow Creek High School are Liza Pulowska, Blake Holmes, Naomi Orion, Trinity Grays, Alyssa Ilac, and Eliana Ocampo. The social officers are Mia Robinson, Mega Rajiv, and Michelle Hayes. And the directors, again, are Dominique Baxter, and the assistant director is Peyton Peterson. Next, we'll go to the Manville Majestics, and they're directed by Miss Elaine White, and assistant director is Miss Kelsey Key. The social officers received second runner-up in the social officers category. Dance officers received second runner-up in the officer contemporary and jazz, and took away a challenge elite officer award. The team ended with the best in class Spectrum 2 medium team, Grand Champion Dance Officers, and Grand Champion Medium Team. Congratulations to the Majestics for your award-winning finish to this contest season. And the officers are Tamara Banks, Haley Black, Bella Brodil, Mariana Contact, Victoria Obendo. And the social officers are Brooklyn Tornero, Layla Rodriguez, Krista Gutierrez, and Alexandra Cantu. And they're under the direction again of Elaine White and Kelsey Key. Now, the Alvin Yellow Jackets. They are directed by Miss Eve Robinson, and assistant director is Taryn Elliott. The social officers received a Division I Champions Award. Dance officers received Super Sweepstakes. Officers received the Best in Class for Small Officer Line, and Platinum and the Best Officers overall. The awards earned by the team were Super Sweepstakes and Platinum, and Best in Class Small Team, and Best of all the competing teams. Miss Eve Robinson received the Outstanding Director Award as well. Yay. Congratulations to the Jacketeers and all 3 teams for having a stellar year. We're so proud of you this year. Alvin High School officers are Brianna Garcia, Natalie Seeley, Cameron Cates, Emma Mulder. The social officers are Maddie Savage, Courtney Billingsley, Skylar Pennington, Erica Perez, Lindsay Crowder, Gloria Gupta, Isabel Ortiz, and Cordy Tingle. And they're again under the direction of Miss Robinson and Elliott. So great job. We're very excited. So thank you very much. Great job. And now we have some others that will be joining us online. And these students are our powerlifting state students. So the Girls State Powerlifting competition took place on March 18th through the 20th in Corpus Christi. They're going to be joining us any second. We have to transition over. Here they are. There they are with us. The boys state competition took place on March 25th through 27th in Abilene. So congratulations to these students and their coaches. Alvin High School girls team, they placed 4th in state. So Camelia Resendez, Trinity Ruiz, Eliana Hernandez, Hannah Casas, and all of them were state champions or state medalists. So the champion is Camelia. The other 3 are state medalists, so great job to them. We also had Dominique De La Rosa, Andrea Resendez, Lacey Ruiz, Kaylin Tucker, Isabella Resendez, and Sarah Green. So great job to all of you. They were state qualifiers and they placed. Alvin High School boys was Logan Hodges in 3rd place and David Trevino in 5th place. And they were under head coach Joseph Casas and assistant coach Gerald Cole. Great job. And then Manville High School girls, Sierra Eason, Kendall Williams, Audra Garza, Tamia Morris they all either placed or were state qualifiers. And Ashley Axtell, state qualifier. Manville High School boys, DeMonte Seymour and LaMarcus Owens were state qualified. He was a state qualifier and they placed. Head coach is Derek Henningen and David Gibbs. And then last but not least, Shadow Creek High School boys. Chancellor Buford placed and Dylan Hodges placed. And they were under the direction of head coach Al James and assistant coach Tyrene Green. So congratulations to all of you. That's a lot of hard work. Great job. Thank you all for joining us online. And so we're very proud of you.
Next, we have a presentation.
So we have some gifts. This is Mr. Pat Moore, and he is graduating tonight, and he was a senior in 1946 and was drafted into the war. So he was not able to get to officially walk down the aisle and graduate. So we wanted to honor him tonight, which is really our honor. So we're so excited that you're here with us and receiving your diploma tonight. We have some special gifts for you. We wanted to present you with a letter jacket that was hard-earned, and we know that you played football football, basketball, and baseball in high school. And so we wanted to get you that. And you know, every graduate has to have a backpack. So we wanted to give you a backpack that is loaded with all kinds of goodies for you from Alvin High School and Alvin ISD. So you have your very own backpack as well.
So, Ms. Rives, I just wanted to say his great-granddaughter is actually a senior at Alvin High School this
Yes,
year. So how
yes.
special is this for their family
Do
to
you
be
wanna
able
come
to
up with
celebrate?
them? And I'm not sure if he saw, but we happened to find some old photographs. We found his yearbooks. And so we took pictures of him. You'll see him scrolling on the side. His senior picture is in there that was in the yearbook. And so he's looking mighty handsome there, and it's just a really neat
He
honor.
still looks handsome.
He does. He does. So congratulations. We are so proud of you.
Well, I asked him who his favorite teacher was, and he said, "You mean the one that failed me?" But then he told me it was Miss Verna Browning. So there's some people at
Yes.
Alvin High School who will remember Miss Browning, but he remembered Miss Key and several of the other teachers that taught there for a long time at Alvin High School. So Alvin ISD is very fortunate to have 75 years later being
Yes.
able, with the Texas Education Code, TEA allows us, if they're drafted into active duty, they are allowed to come back and graduate. And
Yes.
Mr. Moore sought us out and wanted to finish and get his diploma. So congratulations. He's in his 9th decade, so
That's right. Great job.
this truly shows the value of education and how it continues beyond just that year that
Yes.
you're a senior. So
Yes.
thank you and congratulations to the
You wanna
family.
say that? You know,
Once a yellow jacket, always a yellow jacket.
It just shows jacket pride never dies.
that's right. So congratulations. We're so excited for you, and we'll be taking lots of pictures right after the ceremony. So, but great job. That's a lot of
you.
hard work there for you. Yeah, you want to throw your hat? Great job. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
You are welcome to come back and have a seat and be here for the rest of the board meeting.
You want me to read this?
Oh, I can.
All right, now we will have, Carol.
The announcement of our board training credit. School board members must complete training that is required by the State Board of Education, and the board president must publicly announce whether each board member has met their training requirements. This announcement must be made at the last regular meeting prior to the board election. The board election this year will be held on May the 1st, 2021. All Alvin ISD board members have met, or I think you need to read that part because you have to announce it.
Right. All Alvin ISD board members have met or exceeded their yearly requirements for continuing education training. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. All right, next we're going to go into the open forum. We are now in the open forum portion of the agenda. If you would like to address the board, you should have completed the public participation form and submitted it to the superintendent secretary prior to the meeting, according to policy BED local. After I call your name, please come to the podium and state your name and address and the purpose for addressing the board. Please understand that you will have 3 minutes to speak. If a translator is needed, you will be given 6 minutes to speak. I ask that you also understand that the board cannot take action on your request or comments at this time. However, the president or designee may refer the request to the superintendent for review. And we have Mr. Chad Bell.
Good Evening, Board. My name's Chad Bell. You need my address, is that what you said?
Yes, please.
8502 Lovers Lane, Manville, Texas, 77578. Reason for me coming here this evening is to discuss a good problem within the district. I'm speaking on behalf of my booster club. I'm the vice president for the Manville FFA Booster Club, and specifically the ag department in general. Relating to the Verdine and the booth facilities, the problem, or the good problem that we're having, is tremendous growth and interest in the agriculture department. Whether it be showing animals, participating in debate teams, and all the other things that go along with FFA. Specifically tonight, I wanted to address or discuss a short-term and a long-term thought process on the facilities. Where we're at today is these facilities are at capacity. We have more kids that have the desire to be in these facilities to participate in the ag program. And we never want to limit if we can help it, right? So you as the board hopefully can come up with some short-term fixes. My understanding is these two facilities, we have plenty of land at both facilities, so good job getting that done. And we have beautiful facilities. They're state-of-the-art. I understand that those facilities were built in a way that they're easily added onto. And with the proper land that we have, that would be really neat if we could kind of try to help get some expansion going, some plans, some think tanking to kind of try to address some of the overpopulation. Currently in the barns, we're kind of doubling up livestock and single pens, which is somewhat of a safety issue, but it also, the ag facilities aren't just for housing animals. It's the football field for the entire ag department, right? It's our field house. It's where our kids congregate. It's how we develop leadership skills and all those things. So I wanted to just bring it up in an open dialogue forum. So I appreciate you for that. And then lastly, just I sit on EDC as the president for the city of Manville. So from a demographic standpoint, Manville, I grew up in Manville as well. I'm a product of AISD. And back then, there wasn't a population problem and everybody had land. Nowadays, the demographic of the people that are moving to the city, they're all rooftops and subdivisions, which is fantastic. It just doesn't afford the ability to have livestock and participate full force in the agricultural program. So those were my main comments. I appreciate you listening to me. I appreciate any think tanking or strategy that we can do, both short-term and long-term. I did forget one point, so let me read back. We have two facilities. We have three high schools, and we're about to have a fourth. So the overcrowding is going to continue with that being said. So, and I understand that the newest facility that's being built in Iowa Colony, it wasn't slated to have its own agricultural department or barn. It wasn't in the bond, which I understand that, but kind of refocuses on the overcrowding that we're going to have. So, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Next, we have consent agenda items A through H.
We have a presentation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. We have a presentation now.
This board, we're going to have a presentation on the schematic design for the renovation at Harvey Junior High.
Good evening. So for a number of months now, architects, engineers, our building programs department, and a number of AISD administrators have been working to design the renovation expansion of Harvey Junior High. Harvey Junior High was actually planned on the 2018 bond election for renovation expansion, as was the opinion and the direction of the Citizens Advisory Committee. And so it is part of and funded by the 2018 bond referendum. And so the original building was occupied in 1980. At that point in time, or currently, it is able to house a little over 800 students. And so this renovation expansion would bring the 40-year-old building up to code. It would also bring it in compliance with TEA codes and TEA standards that we're currently working under here in Alvin ISD, and that our new junior highs all afford and have for our students. It would also help provide some additional security upgrades, energy efficiencies, and quite a number of benefits to expanding and renovating Harvey Junior High School. And so the building itself, you see, is situated on Heights Road, County Road 145, just next to Hood Case Elementary School. The site itself lends itself to expansion because it is it's a relatively large site that was undeveloped in the back end. And so it makes it worthwhile and to our advantage to go ahead and begin this project. And so tonight with us is GPD Group Architects, Jim McSherry and Charles Bourgeois. I'm going to let Jim walk you through the facility here in a second. But again, the upgrades will be a significant improvement to the quality of what the building offers to our community and our students by doing such things as expanding our parking, more than doubling it, increasing the stack space, which would help get cars off the road for pickup and drop off. It adds a fire loop around the building to the exterior. It also provides some nice pedestrian connections by bridge rather than getting out on the public sidewalk for those kids and staff and families that have to transition back and forth from Hood Case Elementary to Harvey. And then in certain areas, again, it'll provide some security fencing around some of the courtyard areas and allow for the second gym to be accessible without having to go outside. So at this point in time, let me turn it over to Jim McSherry, and he can go through the content of the building in a little bit more detail. Jim? Big green button.
Thank you so much for letting us work for Alvin ISD. We really appreciate that. And we really love working with Alvin ISD. You have such a family here and you treat us like family. And that just makes it so much more worthwhile to work for y'all. And it's so rewarding when we design something that y'all like. If you look at the plan here, the existing school is in tan, and then the darker areas are the additions in brown. You can see there's new tennis courts up in the upper, kind of the center of the property. The existing track is basically going to stay the way it is. You can see there's a lot more parking. We're trying to get as much cars off the road. We are going to be doing some roadway improvements to Heights Road as well, and we're working through those with Brazoria County and the city of Alvin. Lots more stack space. And then you can see the new areas are in brown. We're required to put detention on the property, so we have a large detention pond area as well. And then going inside the building, overall, this building's going to get completely touched all over the place. We're going to get new mechanical, new electrical, new plumbing, ADA upgrades, security upgrades, all new technology. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into quadrants in this building to kind of closer up so you can see a little better what's going on here. If you look at that orange area there, that's the Fine Arts Edition, or that's the existing, there's an existing band hall there and an existing choir room. We're going to transform that into a separate area, or two individual band halls. We're going to add an additional room for choir and an additional room for drama. And then we're also going to add a stage that wasn't in the building before. The administration area is in the maroon color up there, or the purple color up there. You can see there's a secure vestibule there, the two sets of double doors there. There's a secure vestibule there. That'll be bullet-resistant glazing. There's a talk-through window there, then they can get buzzed into the administration area. The police department and security is right there. The clinic is right there with easy access, so parents can pick up their kids without having to leave the secure vestibule area. And then the kitchen will be updated, and we're keeping some of the equipment was renovated in 2014. It's still in good condition, like the freezer cooler and the serving line. And then the cafeteria, we're going to give that a makeover as well. So this is the existing cafeteria, and so what we're going to do here is, you can see this is the view of the stage. We're going to raise the ceilings up here. We're going to, that existing CMU block stair, we're going to reuse the stair, but we're going to remodel it to make it look more contemporary. And then on the other side here, this is the view of the stair, and then that wall in the back is currently a CMU block wall. It's all solid. And what we're going to do is open up that block wall to get some natural light into that space. Also, we're raising the ceilings up in there for better acoustics for the stage. And then we're putting sliding doors on the cafeteria doors instead of the overhead rolling grills, which have maintenance problems from time to time. The ones there now haven't worked in a couple of years. So, and then this will lead back into the library, and you'll see that in a moment. But that outside behind that glass is a dining patio, and that fronts the library and the cafeteria to create a nice space there as well. This is the first floor of the main building. You can see the yellow is a special ed wing, which is relocated from, it originally was where the orange space was, where the art classrooms are now. The STEM, there'll be all new STEM classrooms in this area, a multi-purpose room, and you can see that little office suite in the kind of the light purple color. That's the counselor suite. So it's integrated in the space. You don't have to go, and the kids can kind of go in there quietly without being called out, I guess, for going to the counselor's office. And then the library is currently the library is in the center, where you see that the purple multi-purpose space and the lighter blue science lab. And so we're moving the library down to the lower part of the building, and that'll give us a chance to put some more natural light in there. And we're adding a learning stair in there, and offices and stack space and all that. And you can see that here. This is the existing library, and you see it's got low ceilings, and I like the old light fixtures though, but kind of a smaller space. And then we're updating that to again, lots of natural light. We're updating the colors a little bit. We're getting rid of the old yellow. And you can see the lower office space there for the kind of nested in there, and then above those beams that are going across are existing, so we're going to expose that existing structure just to kind of acknowledge what was there before. And then this is the view from the other side, and so you can see the learning stair in the back there. And again, you can see the nice natural light in here, and then those windows are windows from the counselor suites out there, so they can look out into the library as well. This is the athletic areas. You've got the existing gym, and we're more doing a fix up there. We're going to put new goals in, and the old goals are manual, and so we're going to put automated goals with key switches. Again, we're going to put solo tubes in there to get some more natural light in the gym. We're going to get rid of the old skylights that are leaking. The pool is going away. And what was nice about that is that really freed up a lot of space in the existing building. That allowed us to put the administration wing on the front of the building, and then also the light blue area there is science classrooms, And then where the pool is where the new locker rooms will be. And so what's nice there too is that gives us enough space. And we had our structural engineer examine the structure. It was in really good shape. And but we were able to consolidate all the locker rooms into one place, as opposed to right now they're kind of split up into different areas. And then you can see there's a courtyard there in between the new gym just above there. The gym that was added in 2002 is above there, and we're going to make a courtyard there. And you can see where that little curved bench is. That's a covered patio, and you'll see that later in our presentation. This area here, in the dark blue, is the new academic wing, and that'll be for sixth grade on the first floor. And there's 11 classrooms in there. Again, lots of natural light. The flex space is in the middle there. And then you can see the auxiliary gym just to the left there. And you can see that's connected. Now it's inside the building. You're not having to go outside to get to the gym now. And we're going to renovate the auxiliary gym. The floor is in good shape. We're gonna protect that during construction, but we're also gonna add solo tubes in there. And also, if you look to the left of the gym, you see that very large restroom space. That's for the bleachers and the grandstands that are out by the track. That way, we didn't have to build like another field house back there for restrooms for when there's events going on there. And then this is an image of the new academic wing, and you can see the flex space there. One of the things to note here is the tile pattern in here is, we use the design to promote social distancing. But it doesn't look like we used the design to promote social distancing. We didn't just put circles on the ground. And again, this is, design-wise, this is very in line with the schools that y'all have been doing in other parts of the district. The second floor overall plan, again, more classrooms. This will be 7th and 8th grade, and we'll zoom up on these. Yeah, this is the 7th grade wing. You can see the science classrooms are on the right. The red spaces are flexible learning areas, and you've got another 11 classrooms in there, plus there's 2 social studies classrooms in there, and then the assistant principal suite in the light purple color. If you look, all of these classrooms that are on the interior will have solo tubes to bring natural light into those spaces. And the other thing is that all of these classrooms will be 150 square feet bigger than what they have now out there to meet the current standards that Alvin ISD has. And then going up to this is again the new academic wing on the second floor, and this is 11 classrooms for 8th grade and the flexible learning space. And then they have the 2 science classrooms on the left there, which are, there's the covered patio is underneath there. And again, there's some windows that'll frame out that nice tree that's there that we're gonna preserve. So this is the existing building. And so again, we want to give the school a new identity. And also, one of the things is that this building currently is taking on a lot of moisture from the tilt wall panels. And so one of the things we're doing is we're going to create a rain screen system for the building to protect it, to keep the moisture out. And also it'll help with the energy efficiency of the facility. The building's also getting a whole new roof system. And they're going to tear it down to the deck and put a whole new roof on it. So this is the new front. These panels are, and you can see by the floor plan, you can see the red arrow where the view is coming from, basically. So this will be the view from Heights Boulevard, or Heights Road, I'm sorry. And so you can see we're doing an aluminum canopy that kind of has a kind of a tree look to it. The bottom is a stone. It's a thin stone material. And then the upper panels are, it's a concrete panel system. It's called Nichiha. It's a modular system. It works, we've used it on several projects before. It works really well. And it comes in different colors and patterns. Part of this you can see there's a wood pattern on the ends on either side, and then there's different colored panels. It's kind of a modular system. And then this is the existing bus drop-off and the service yard. The dust collector will be going away. And so this is what we're doing there with that's the library in the center with and so you can see all the glass and natural light that's going to come in there for that. And then that fenced area there is the dining patio, and that has access from the cafeteria and from the library, so they could, kids could walk out and study if they wanted to. And again, just the other thing we're doing here is we're actually raising the roof height. We're putting a parapet on the roof, and that's going to hide a lot of that kitchen equipment that's there. Also, when your district maintenance people are up on the roof, if they slip or something, they won't fall off or anything either. And then this is the east side of the building, and so that's the new gym that was added in 2002, and you can see that's just kind of a typical tilt wall panel. That's on the courtyard side, and you can see this is what, again, with the pattern on the Nichiha and that wood. If you see the wood-looking stuff, that's a stair tower. On the one on the left is the existing stair tower that we're going to reclad and give a new identity to. And then the art patio is just to the left of that, and that'll be covered. And then this is the existing courtyard, and then from here, again, we're going to preserve this tree, and so then you can see this is where you can see the inside there. There's the covered area for the students, and then there'll be spaces outside for kids to sit, and I think it'll be a really nice space when it's done. And I'm going to turn it over back to Pat to talk about the schedule.
So Board, if you remember before Mr. Miller comes up, Harvey Junior High was the only school that didn't have a stage once Alvin Junior High was renovated. And so when we talk about equity within our facilities, that was something that the junior high was missing, and just a lot of upgrades that needed to be done there.
Yeah, absolutely. To kind of piggyback on that, the number of science labs, large group instruction areas, flexible learning spaces, black box, stage, all those will be amenities that will be built into this. So as we've just finished Cafe Junior High School, all of the program amenities and capabilities that Cafe has will be developed and are part of the programming and part of the spaces that will be integrated into Harvey Junior High School. And so it will have all the latest and greatest of everything, so that it is has the same capability to deliver education to the kids as any of our other junior high schools. We recently did this, well, it wasn't recently, it's been about 5 years ago with Alvin Junior High School, and with great success. And I think that all of the parents and community, teachers, staff, administrators at Alvin Junior High recognized and realized the great benefit that came from that project. And again, this is another opportunity for us to maintain and continue to utilize a significant asset we have, but to bring it into the current learning environment that we have. When it's all said and done, it will also, as Jim was saying, we will have higher quality building envelope. And so the quality of the indoor environment is going to be significantly improved, and the cost of energy per square foot is going to be significantly reduced. That's exactly what we found at Alvin Junior High School. So there's going to be, it's not just that it's going to be beautified and made better and prettier and have all the pieces, but it's going to operate in a whole different, at a whole different level than it had before. So the schedule is a tough schedule, and We will be moving the children out for a year, and so within that year, we'll be tackling and working diligently weekends and extra time, off hours. Gamma Construction has already been approved as the CM at risk on the project to deliver as much as we can in the first 12 months. It's more than a 12-month job, and so at the end of the summer of 2022, we expect to begin to move children back into the building, but we will have continuation of some of the areas that will still be under construction at that point in time. So the intent and plan will be that we create division between the areas where we're working and those that will be reoccupied. But it will go through the end of 2022 for construction. There's a lot of unknown factors that are part of the construction environment right now. Thank goodness that we're able to save the structure for the most part, 90% of it, on this particular project, and that the structure for the pool checked out and didn't require it to be taken down, as it was at Alvin Junior High School, where the pool environment had eroded and corroded and caused a lot of damage to the structure there, because steel is one of those commodities that every day there's a new price on steel, and deliveries are way out on steel right now. Bar joist, structural steel, steel deck for roofs. So that should help that, and that's a great asset that we're able to recover and use the building shell for the most part. So the job is in a couple of phases we've identified on here, but there's going to be some other minor phases as we get permitting and we start on certain things and complete certain things along the way. Same held true for Alvin Junior High and for different projects that we've had at Alvin High School where we had an occupied campus, because what we'll be doing is designing a certain portion of this particular project that we can get into the city and get permitted early so that we can begin this summer as soon as we can after school's out. It doesn't allow enough time to have the entire project designed and permitted. So then the other portions of the building will be continuing to design and take additional permitting packages to the city here over the next 6 months, even after we get started. And so we'll have some areas that we are able to go in and begin doing mass demolition, and areas that we'll be able to start reconstructing and building back. And then there'll be some areas where we'll be getting permits along the way that'll allow us to start building back in other certain areas. But it will have brand new mechanical and electrical systems, so that's pretty significant in itself. A lot of these older buildings weren't designed with electrical service that was of a size and sufficiency to support all the plug loads and all the electrical things that we have in a building today. And so overall, it'll be a great thing for the district and for the community members, for all the children and the staff who go to Harvey Junior High School. So at this point in time, does anyone have any particular questions?
I had a real quick question.
Sure.
I know we currently have 800 student capacity. Is that going to be increased after the renovations?
We'll have 1,000 when it's said and done, which brings it to the same equivalent capacity as all of our other junior high schools. This is the last junior high that we have that isn't already at 1,000. We did the same for Alvin Junior High, brought it to 1,000.
Thank you.
Sure.
Other questions?
Okay.
Thank y'all very much.
All right, thank you.
All right, next we're going to go consent agenda items, and we have A through H. And if you'll notice on your, H is not on your deal here, it's a typo on your computers. And what that is request to consider approval of board operating procedures. So we're going to do A through H unless somebody wants to pull one of those separately. All in favor? All opposed?
You didn't get a motion.
You need to do your
Oh,
motion first.
We need a motion to approve consent agenda items A through H as presented.
So moved.
Trustee Harris,
I'll second.
by Trustee Schuyvel. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried, 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of elementary boundary adjustments.
So Board, due to the rapid growth in the area of 288 and Highway 6 and the lack of available future school sites, it's recommended to make boundary adjustments to the zone currently undeveloped land into school zone that can more adequately accommodate the growth and development occurs in that undeveloped land area. There is a very limited impact on current student populations. It's less than 50 families impacted and would be allowed to remain at currently zoned campuses for the duration of their students' tenure on that campus.
All right, do we have a motion to approve recommended boundary adjustments to the electuary? Is that right? Electuary attendance zones for, or is that supposed to be elementary?
Elementary.
Okay, elementary attendance zones for 21-22 school year.
I'll make a motion.
Trustee Tonini, do we have a second?
Second.
By
Julie, you
Trustee
have it.
Pickering. Any questions or comments?
I do. You just said this, but just to be very clear for me,
Right.
no student will be moved in this adjustment unless they choose to.
Unless they choose to go to wherever the zone is. So it's
Right.
less than 50 families.
Okay.
And they will have the option to stay where they currently are through the duration of their school at that.
So if I'm in
location.
first grade at elementary school, I'll be able to stay through fifth grade if I choose to at that
Correct.
school? Okay.
Any other questions or comments? All right, all in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of retrofitting the STEM bus.
So trustees, pursuant to local policy CH, whereby expenditures over $75,000 per line item must be awarded by the board, we are requesting approval of the retrofitting for the STEM bus not to exceed $100,000. Quotes are currently being secured by specialty vendors and will be submitted for review prior to the board meeting. This request is being submitted due to the time constraints with purchasing deadlines and fiscal year end. Funding sources would include our general funds, campus activity funds, which would be donations, and our title funds.
All right, do we have a motion to approve the retrofitting for the STEM bus not to exceed a total of $100,000?
So moved.
By Trustee Peterson, do we have a second? By Trustee Harris. Any questions or comments? All right, all in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of cooperative purchase.
So again, board, pursuant to legal policy CH, whereby we can purchase from a state of Texas cooperative approved vendor and CH local, whereby we must advise the board of any expenditure exceeding the $75,000 per line item of purchase. We request approval of the expenditure not to exceed $200,000. We anticipate the purchase through a budget amendment for the HVAC chiller and upgrade replacement at Clemens Street Center in accordance with the competitively bid purchasing agreement.
Do we have a motion to approve the chiller replacement at Clemens Street Center using the competitive bid purchase agreement as presented through a budget amendment?
So moved.
By Trustee Winterstrom, with second.
I'll second.
By Trustee Scheibel. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider teacher appraisal calendar.
So board, across the state, each school district creates an appraisal calendar that is proposed for the following school year. So Alvin ISD creates a local appraisal calendar included in the teacher local appraisal system within the District of Innovation plan. Every year, a new teacher appraisal calendar is created and presented to the board for information, but does not require board approval. However, the calendar is then sent to the appraisers and the teachers.
All right, do we have a motion to approve the appraisal calendar as presented?
So moved.
By Trustee Harris, do we have a second?
Second.
By Trustee Pickering, any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of employment of personnel.
So board, we have one teacher on here for a recommendation for an employee agreement. He actually started with us on March the 9th, but we're asking for your consideration to approve that employee agreement. But also, we have Ms. Walters, who's currently the assistant principal at Bell Sanchez Elementary. She was interested in an opening that Dr. Bruton had in FSP, and its coordinator of special ed. And Ms. Walters has a special ed background. She previously taught at Fairview Junior High prior to going into the administration, and she was recommended for that, to be considered for that position.
All right, do we have a motion to approval be granted for requested personnel items as presented?
I'll make a
By
motion.
trustee Tonini. Do we have a second by trustee Peterson?
Yes, just a minute. Can I add? I'm sorry, there is one added at your,
Okay.
that was, I'm sorry. So the other one that was recommended for consideration board is Miss Amber Dixon. She's currently the lead high school counselor at Shadow Creek High School. So she was the lead counselor when we opened Shadow Creek. We have had a coordinator of guidance and counseling position open for over a year now, and we didn't want to rush to fill that position. And interviews recently took place, and so Ms. Dixon was highly recommended for that position. So it's coordinator of guidance and counseling.
Okay, with that one added in, we still have a,
I will make a motion again.
okay. Approval be granted for requested personnel items as presented by trustee Tonini, second by trustee Peterson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to approve to extend term, renew probationary, and terminate at the end of the probationary professional contracts.
So board, this is the month when we recommend, or our supervisors or our principals and our hiring people in the different departments recommend personnel contracts to be considered at the April board meeting. Attached are lists for each school and each department. However, this is not an all-inclusive list. There are employees who do not receive recommendation until May, the May board meeting, so we'll have additional recommendations then, but this is the majority of our employees' recommendation.
All right, do we have a motion to approve professional contract recommendations as presented
So moved.
by trustee Winterstrom, second by trustee Scheibel? All right, any questions or comments? And I have one comment. I will be abstaining on this vote because I have family members in this, so just, not that I disagree with it, it's just because I have family members. All right, so in that case, all in favor? All opposed? And one abstain. We have 6-4, 0 opposed, and 1 abstain. All right, does anybody have any items they want to put on the agenda, or?
Yes. Actually, it's not an added agenda item. I would just like to open discussions after our public comment concerning ag. I'd like for us to look at, with considering the growth of the high schools, I'd like to request a review of our ag lands and facilities and programs and ensure we are providing the maximum educational opportunities for our students while using the full utilization of our ag facilities. So I'd like a review of what we currently have.
And can I add to that? Can we do a census of our current students and, you know, the number of pens needed for their animal projects? And then also the incoming students, our younger children that we'll be anticipating, looking at a census possibly, and see if we can do any pen extensions if our facilities would allow that, or reconfiguring them. Maybe that would be a solution too, of existing facilities.
Very good. I think that's a good topic to discuss.
Well, and we can also look at the Riley Godwin, because we
Yes.
have that's a very large facility. Right now, we use it for grazing and breeding, but that could also be an area that,
Yes.
for future growth, possibly. So
Could be.
yes, I've taken a few notes, and we'll have
So-
staff look into,
Thank
Y'all can
you.
get us some answers
you.
on that. And
yes, give
some
us a
feedback.
little time to
Greatly
gather
appreciated.
some data, and we'll be able to present that to you at a workshop or something, and get that
Anybody
data
you.
back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else, anything? All right, then I'm going to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Have a second by trustee Peterson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Motion carries 7-0. We are adjourned.
Thank you, board.
Thank you.